Hello, 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 everyone. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz. I'm joined by the Man City man,
Mhm.
Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe, together with the Man City man. Peter, how are you doing, man?
Yes,
You
sir.
have been away
I'm
for a
good.
while. You have been away for a while. Uh,
Yep, yep.
Holidaying, and then how was it? Where did you go?
Oh, we went to Scotland on the Natal South Coast there with the family. So it was
Mm,
good time by all. Morning
mm,
to all the viewers, by the way.
yeah.
Morning to you also, Sobri. And you missed one little introduction there, the
Yes,
happy Man
yes,
City.
yes,
Yeah. At
yes.
the
Yeah,
moment now, because
yeah.
we've actually given ourselves a bit of a chance now in the league.
Mm,
Courtesy of Arsenal slips, I would say, basically.
mm.
And the pressure is mounting in both the PSL and in the Premier League, I think
Mm,
now with,
mm,
things coming to a head.
mhm.
So
I
so it'll be
always,
interesting.
I always say the month of April and May, it's a crunch time because
Yeah.
during this month, the leagues, the majority of them, they're winding up. And then Champions League is also a factor. In fact, 2026 is going to be exciting. And then we also have the World Cup starting in June. Although there are big problems that we hear there. I hear
Mm.
that Trump, I don't know how true is this, wanted Iran to be disqualified. I don't know. It's like it's chaos, And then there is a talk of some nations wanting to boycott the World Cup due to the political climate. Yeah, there's quite a lot, but let's hope we are praying that this tournament continues.
And,
This
and let it be a good one. Mm.
this one is going to be a very good one. But you have also news around the tickets, although it's a rumor. What the rumor says?
Yeah. Now, Sobri, if this is true,
Mm.
I'm telling you now, only
Okay.
millionaires are going to watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Look, this is rumor. I'm not sure if this is true. This is internet. So
Mm.
it can be, I haven't had a chance to
Mm.
fact check it at this stage, but it says four tickets for the 19th of July final at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey are listed at 44 million rands each. You did not mishear that. 44 million rands each on FIFA's official resale platform.
Four tickets.
FIFA in 44 million rands.
Now this is.
FIFA apparently,
Mhm.
yeah, FIFA apparently takes 15% cut from both the buyer and the seller, potentially earning 11.5 million rands from a single ticket transaction. So what do you say about that?
Mhm. And you know
If
what?
that's true,
It's
I
terrible.
mean,
Mm.
I think the stadiums will only be full of American people at this rate because
They're not even that
you
rich,
know the
to be honest.
well, the thing for me is, what with all the restrictions on entry into the US, the political environment, as you said, and now these sort of like inflated ticket
Mm,
sales,
mm,
if it's
mm,
true, as I say,
mm,
allegedly.
mm.
Um, I mean, 44 million rands for one ticket. Who's going from South Africa? It
But
ain't
that,
me.
yeah, but I don't think it's true. You know why? We here at home, the minister is talking about taking some fans to the World Cup. So I can imagine South Africa cannot afford to spend 44 million rand for one person. When we have issues of housing and issue of crime, a lot of
Oh,
issues,
no.
no, it.
There,
I don't think
there,
it's true. But let's follow
there
the
would be
story.
uproar.
Yeah, let's
There
let's
will there'll be uproar.
yeah, let's follow the story and see what's happening. But to this morning,
I'll do some more research. I'll do some
yeah,
more research on that one. I find it hard to believe. I mean,
yeah,
who's going to pay 44
uh,
million rands for a ticket?
doesn't make sense.
And the only way to maybe check it out is to go and look on the FIFA website.
Yeah.
and
The
see what
other thing,
their tickets
the other thing that
story
is
is.
important that people should bear in mind, football is just for entertainment, honestly. It has become more business like because business have seen the opportunity. But I don't think we should rip people off. If that is the case, that's a rip off. Let me put it that way. Pete,
A
this
rip-off,
this
it's even beyond a rip-off.
I know
That's
that.
beyond a rip-off. But remember one thing though, let's not forget the one thing that it did say there was that it's for the final only.
Or it's for the
So the only the final, yes. So we must
but
keep that in mind.
but even
I
if it's
mean,
final,
even so.
it's
Yeah,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Even if it's for the final, it's ridiculous. Unless it's bought
I can see
by the corporate.
I can see David Beckham sat in the stand on his own, man, if
Yeah.
that's the price.
Yeah, you know, you
I don't
people
you
like David Cameron, yeah, they're going to occupy that stand alone. Who won't afford that,
correct.
you know? Yeah, yeah.
But let's fact check it. I'll dig a little bit deeper on that one and I'll come back to you and then we can maybe let the viewers know at a
Yeah.
later stage what we got is which is factual.
Mm. All right, this afternoon, Orlando Pirates and Kaiser Chiefs, a big one.
An
Um,
umdinger.
yeah, this is our biggest game in South Africa. But I've noticed that it's not the biggest game only in South Africa. Sorry about that. It's the biggest game in South Africa and even in Africa. The two teams, they split the country into two. The two teams, they split
Correct.
the continent into two. We're going to see. What do you think? Chiefs, I'm happy for them. They've risen
Yeah.
the ashes. Sorry. We never believed that this is the comeback that Chiefs will do. And now, which puts a very challenging question. What are they going to do? Are they going to continue with these two gentlemen or are going to employ a new coach? Sorry. I hear so many names. Peter Musimane has been branded. Mangoba Mnuit is branded. And then Benny McCarthy is out of the picture. He said there has not been approached. We don't know. We don't know. As much as you know that I would have preferred Peter to lead that. But to be honest, there is nothing wrong with Benny McCarthy taking over with his profile. That may motivate the players too. But Peter is tried and tested. Mangoba has worked with Peter. I don't know. Yeah. What do you think? What's going to happen this afternoon if you look at the two teams? Now, what is interesting? Look at the log. You see,
A
I
little
don't.
bit bigger, please, Sophie.
Can you see?
That's it. Perfect.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. You see, the difference is 1 point between Pirates and Sundowns. Pirates is on top, but Sundowns still have a game in hand. And now, a game in hand does not mean points. Moreover, that Sundowns are playing
Like,
too many games. They're playing Champions League. They're playing now
yes.
local league. And then you saw they played draw last time. You could see that could be the result of fatigue because the coach tried
Yeah.
to change players. I think that changed the rhythm of the team. So I don't know. What's your take? What do you think today, this afternoon, Pirates and Chiefs?
Well, as we said, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, Kaiser Chiefs were reeling a little bit there, having a fantastic start to the season, but they lost their way somehow. I think maybe this coach changeover in a roundabout way may have affected them somewhat. Maybe this ship has stabilized a little bit there now. But if I look there now, I mean, if you look at the points, let's say Chiefs win today, they'll go up to 49 points. 49 puts them, what, 9 points clear? How many games are played? Is it 30 games, if I'm not mistaken? It
Yeah,
still gives them a chance, and I believe they're actually going to play not only Pirates as in Sunday's game, but they're also going to play Sundowns. So
Yeah,
if they can win both those games,
yeah, yeah.
that's going to put them in a, I wouldn't say a strong position, but it'll put them definitely with, if any of these two teams actually decide to slip up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
then you can't write Chiefs off right now. That's basically what I'm saying. And if we're talking about the Derby match today, they'll want to level the score a little bit
Mm-hmm.
based on the previous game where they lost 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no favorites here today. There's this is blood and guts, as they say, for this game. What do I
Mm-hmm.
think? Uh, I'm still going to favour Pirates, I think, because they've shown quite a bit of form. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the respective forms there
Mm-hmm.
of the last 5 games, Chiefs have won 4
Mm-hmm.
and drawn 1 in the last 5 games, and Pirates have won 3 and drawn 2 in the last 5 games. So
Mm-hmm.
on actual form over 5 games, which is a bit of I wouldn't say it's an accurate way of looking at it, then you've got to say that Chiefs are a little bit slightly ahead of the game there. It's going to be really tight. That's all I know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you're asking me to pick one, I don't know. I think Pirates have got the league in their side there, so depends who scores first, I think. I
Mm-hmm.
think the first goal is going to set the tone, I think.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like that. Yeah, as you know, I always make comparisons between the Premier League in England and here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit like the Arsenal game
Mm-hmm.
with Man City.
Yeah.
Um, it had to be City that scored that first goal. Yeah, although
Mm-hmm.
Donnarumma did make a bit of a mistake there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what a great game that was. I thought.
Why they're still there?
Yeah.
What's
So
happening with Donnarumma? He's always one of my favorite goalkeepers, but this time I don't know what's happening.
you know what? I think Pep's expecting to play like Edison played, and
mm,
Edison used to play from the back with his feet.
mm,
The big difference is Edison was an accomplished footballer in terms of his feet. Yeah.
mm,
And I
mm,
think Donnarumma is still actually learning this
mm,
at the
mm,
moment. A little bit
mm,
bigger there, please.
mm, mm, mm,
Yeah. So, yeah, it's he's not made one mistake. He's made a couple of mistakes. And if you
mm,
really think about the second goalkeeper, Trafford, who
mm,
came
mm,
from Burnley,
mhm,
Burnley having been relegated after the recent game when they played City and we won that 1-0. Um, he's a great keeper. Eh? He's a great keeper, and I think Donnarumma's what 23, 24, and Trafford's also young. So trying to keep those two keepers, I think, is going to be both happy. But I fully expect Trafford to play today in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Uh, Donnarumma, um, my wife criticizes him quite a bit actually when she watches the game. She said he's useless and all that, and I don't agree with her in that respect. But he's definitely, let's say, fragile when he plays the ball to his feet, or when the balls are played to his feet. That's an improvement in his game that I'm sure. Pep works with his players. They're not perfect when they come there, but he does mold them in the way that he wants them to play. So I expect a vast improvement from Donnarumma in that perspective. I just think, yeah, look, um, I think he's going to have a problem trying to keep both keepers happy because they're both class keepers and they're both young keepers and they both want to be able to, you know, uh, play first team games.
mm,
But I think at the moment now, with being involved in both cups at this stage, he's been able to keep Trafford a little bit happy by playing him in the cup games and using Donnarumma in the Premier League and what was the Champions League when we were in it. Yeah.
mm,
So yes, back to the Soweto Derby. If you're asking me to make a prediction,
mhm,
whoever scores first is going to win. That
mm,
that's that that I will say.
mm,
Um,
mm, mm.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, eh? It's going to be
Mm,
really tough.
mm, 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 mm.
Are you gonna put your neck on the line here in front of the viewers and tell us who you think's going to win there?
It's a very tough one. Derby is unpredictable. All right, it's unpredictable. The team can decide all of a sudden to put up the game of their lives as compared to the previous game. Sorry about that. It's like who is catching up with me as compared to other games. Derby is a different ball games altogether. Even the players go to another level. But what I see here, Kaiser Chiefs need to win both the game of Orlando Pirates. I'm not saying they will win. I say they need to win both the game of Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. Once they do that, I'm telling you, Pirates will go to Chiefs supporters will rally behind them in big numbers. I see Pirates doing well. Come, I see Pirates doing well, and then I see Chiefs also doing well if they can win these two games, and our football will go to another level. But if you ask me who's gonna win, anyone can win it now. Now, the other thing that I want to say, if you look at the form of both these players that have shown on the screen, Mufokeng and Apolis, their form is at another level. They are playing the game of their lives these days. Mufokeng is setting up the tone, all right? He's scoring brilliant goals. And then I think for him to be taken serious, this is the game where he needs to shine. All right, you can win against your Golden Arrows and other teams, but when you win this one, your name will be there for a very, very long time. You know, it's like today we are still talking about Shabalala because he scored that opening goal in the World Cup in 2010, and then I saw him going to Spain, you know, and then meeting your Ines and all that. Because it depends which game. We still talk about Lionel Messi because of 2022 World Cup final, all right? The game determines. I'm sure if these two young men have been psyched very well, not only them, even from the Chiefs side, you have youngsters that wants to prove a point. So yeah, for me, may the best team win. I see a score of 2-0. I'm not sure who's gonna score that one. Yes, Pete?
I'm seeing 2-1.
2-1 in favor of?
And you should really be putting me on the line here with Chiefs fans, but I'm thinking 2-1 for Pirates. But whoever scores that first goal will actually win it. I think that's my feel.
Whoever
So
scored the first
yeah,
one will win it. Okay.
yeah. Mind you, let me remind the Chiefs fans that I've been incredibly wrong with my predictions thus far when we've been pushed for it there. So they can probably
they
they
can
can probably
rise. They can
yeah.
rise. Yeah. So you
Maybe
can,
I'm doing them a favor.
yeah, they can rise to
Yeah.
unexpected occasion. So let us not rule them out. Pete,
No, but how good would it be to see a three-team title race on the go there? If
mm,
Chiefs can beat Pirates and they can beat Mamelodi Sundowns, you know, they'll
mm,
be there within striking distance.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think they
yeah.
might be a few points behind with the number of games to go, but who knows? Who knows?
And I saw
But
Chiefs doing a lot of marketing yesterday. I thought I would share that, but I think time is against us.
yeah.
They've been going all around. They will have Ule and some of their players. I think they're doing well in terms of building their brand, and they've been going to
Always.
malls and so on. But having not left them, I don't know what's going to happen as far as Barcelona is concerned against Madrid in terms of the league. They stand a chance, but guess what? Big news. They've lost. We hear that Lamine Yamal is injured. Not only Lamine Yamal, also Rafinha. There are some injuries. So it's like they've lost about 4 key players. And I'm worried about that, whether that will affect them. Yes, they have 8 points different. We'll see.
And a game in hand.
Yeah, and now these 2 boys, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, were key. That is why he won the Louvre Awards. And then this young man is doing well. Remember, he has won the Ballon d'Or for the youngsters. They call it what? The Copa something. He is doing exceptionally well. I see him in the footstep of Lionel Messi. So he's one player that looks like he will be a phenomenon.
Let's hope he keeps his head.
Yeah. That's important. And then, having said that, Lionel Messi is still among the top leaders in terms of the goals. He's still doing well. And then the other thing that I saw, which I want to share with you, Messi is leading Ronaldo in terms of attendance at the stadium. Messi's games is well attended in most cases. And then whereas Ronaldo's games, they struggle to pull the crowd, as you can see there. The last game, I think they put about 75,000 attendance. And then they are number 2 in terms of the records in America. Or they are leading, they are number 1. Let me check, I think I have that. So this shows the effect and the impact that Messi has. And the other thing that I really wanted to share, maybe we'll share next time. During this week, he went to, he was with, he bought the team, Cornella in Spain, where he's 100% owner. And then together with DePaul. And then, what I see all the time is always preaching the youngsters, pushing the issue of the youngsters, because he's starting to build now football from that angle. So this is how Lionel Messi, they're not sure. Even yesterday they asked the coach, is he going to play through the World Cup? But the coach said the way he plays, his form indicates that he'll be there in the World Cup. But he hasn't said a word. And then, we'll hear when they select. When they select the squad, whether he'll be part of the squad. But he's doing exceptionally well. The last game he didn't score. Suarez scored one of the beautiful goals. But remember, Suarez, that goal that he scored is typically him. The ball could not land down. It just met his boot, in the air, and then he scored a brilliant strike. That's Suarez for you. Suarez was a key striker. He was a very talented. I think there are very few players who have the technique that Suarez has. I don't know. What's your take about it?
Yeah, he was a good player. Sure.
The way he kicks the ball.
Yeah, comparing Suarez. Yeah. Do you know who used to impress me? Is the guy that came from Leicester City to Manchester City, and now he's gone into the Saudi league there. He used to play on the wing there.
Mahrez.
Mahrez.
Yeah.
His ball control.
Yeah.
Okay, he wasn't necessarily the finisher that we were talking about here.
Yeah.
But there's very few players that have that kind of ball control. Yeah. He used to take that ball down.
Yeah.
You're talking about Mahrez, you're talking about David Beckham, you're talking. Yeah, there's few players that can actually. Another one was David Silva. If David Silva, Yaya Toure had his ball at his feet, and he went on the forward strike there. Nobody could take that ball off him. He was just so powerful and fast. It's a different.
Some people are different player.
Yeah,
The way he kicks, the way, if you watch the goal that he scored, Suarez, the winning goal, it was classy. Typical Suarez. Don't allow it to hit the ground. He meets it in the
yeah.
air. And
It's on the volley.
same time, and I've seen him done it over and over, even while he was still at Liverpool. I saw him. Suarez, I think it's one of those superb technique uh, on how he kicks the ball. I think very few players do have the ability of kicking the ball like Suarez. But I think this is caused by practicing, a lot of practicing. Somebody was asking me, I think it was during this week, to say why our players are not the players of the past. We're talking about, your Tutuzi Shabalala in terms of decision making, when to shoot and when to pass. I said these boys, the problem is I don't think they don't put a lot of work to their game. And then because that technique that we are talking about, the Suarez technique, the technique that Pete is talking about of Mahrez in bringing the ball down. I've seen that in German bringing the ball down, whether it's a chest or a foot, it requires a lot of practice, and you need to be fit. And then I listened to the young man who is a South African player. He's a product of yeah, Farouk Khan, his academy. It was on Farouk Khan's podcast. The boy said he puts a lot of work before they start training. He said he will wake up very early in the morning and train alone. Put at least a very good 2 hours. But when they start, he had already done some work on his own, did everything that he wanted to do, carrying his big bag with the cones and everything. Because football, you need to take it serious. It's like work. I don't know, Pete, what's your take about it?
It is work.
Mm.
That's for sure. For
Yeah,
a footballer, professional footballer, that is his work.
yeah.
Um, yes, you got to be fit. Well, one guy once said to me, to enjoy football, you've
Mm,
got to be fit. Otherwise,
mm,
it's a struggle against your own fitness on the
mm,
pitch. You're
mm, mm,
battling for breath, etc. But if you're fit and
mm,
you practice your skills as you were talking, then
mm.
you're going to enjoy football. That's for sure. And I was just
Yeah.
thinking about other good volleyers of the ball now. And the one that came to mind was Rooney.
Yeah.
He was also a good volleyer of the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you remember that bicycle kick he scored against Man City that time in the Derby match?
In the derby
And
match.
those are the sort of goals. Yeah, actually, it's
Mm,
a couple of years ago now, obviously,
mm,
but these are the goals. And now coming back to the two Pirates players that you're talking about earlier, Apolis and
About
the other guy.
and really.
Yeah,
Mm, mm,
really. Yeah, they're those guys. They're the ones, that have got to make their name now, like you say.
mm,
Um,
mm, mm,
and when you score goals like that, of note, like Suarez does, and there's been many over the years, obviously.
mm, mm,
Um, you know, people stand up and notice you, and that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for young players. Get them noticed, get them out there, get their
mm,
names known.
mm, mm,
Opens up their career as well. So, but you need to be fit. You need to be fit, and you need to be on top of your game in terms of your skills.
mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
yeah.
But don't you think this is
Yes.
is caused by hard work? Everything requires hard work. I don't know
Dedica
how many,
dedication.
yeah, hard work and dedication. I don't know how many young stars do understand that language. That hard work pays off. You know,
But there's another saying that comes to mind, Sobri.
mhm,
If you enjoy what you do, we're talking about work now, you'll
mm,
never work a day in your life.
mm,
That's
mm,
another saying. So if you
mm,
enjoy your football,
mm,
it doesn't feel like work.
mm,
It
mm,
feels like I belong here. This is me. This is part of it. Yeah.
mm. This is what I enjoy.
And
Look,
I think that yeah,
yes, yes,
that's
please.
what separates the a good player from a great player, I think.
Mm, 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 yeah. You know what we have just said. It's important. It's very important what we have said for me because we want our players to understand that it's important to put your football um, to another level. All right. It's not only about football. Anything that you do, whether it's you are a soldier, whether you are a teacher or a professional, you need to do a lot of work in anything that you do. What's your take about that?
I think it's actually more important now if you start talking about work where you serve the public. So
Mm,
if you're a nurse or a policeman or whatever the case may be,
mm, 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 mm,
your work is, you must enjoy your work, obviously, as we said. But remember, you must also remember that your work impacts people and the society as a whole.
mm, mm,
And,
mm,
those are those, they're not, it's not a job. It's a dedication. I mean, I take nurses, for example. I take my hat off to all nurses, for example, male or female. It doesn't really matter. We get both these days. And, you know, they're there at the coal face, as they say. Long hours, not always well paid. Um, you know, so you've got to be dedicated to that job. It's not something that you. I mean, I've been through the hospital systems in my time over the years, and you can see the difference between a nurse that's there for a
mm-hmm,
paycheck,
mm-hmm,
and a nurse that's there because she loves the job or he loves the job, and they're there to serve you, the patient. Um, it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. So yes, work a day, work at what you like, and you'll never work a day in your life. And
mm,
it's
mm,
actually true.
mm.
Don't chase the pound. Although we all need to make a living, granted,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
But
yes.
generally speaking, if you chase the money,
Mm,
you get what they call golden handcuffs, and you end up in a job where you cannot
mm,
afford to leave because you're so well paid, or you're paid, and if you take a job that you would like, you
mm-hmm,
can't leave it because you've become to that level of salary that you become familiar with.
mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
so follow your dreams, guys, and do what you love to do.
Yeah,
It's
just
nobody's stopping you.
just like you have just said. Now, look at David Beckham today. I'm sure David is enjoying himself now because look now at his age now, he owns a team. Not only the team, he owns the real estate now. Remember, David still harbors the dream of buying Man United. All right. So I think that is his biggest dream. So, like you said, you can work hard and then it rewarded the ends. All right. There's no what you call a single formula that we can say this one works as compared to the other formula. You see, but it's always wise to look at others. How did they do it? And then after looking what others have done, and then also try by all means to say no. Maybe I can also follow on the footsteps. And that is why we are saying David Beckham today, he is doing exceptionally well. Um, um,
Because of his love of football.
yeah, Yeah, and then
So he's followed his dream. Yeah?
yeah, he has put a lot of effort. And then when he talks about how he, he put that deal together of bringing Messi down there. Look now what Inter Miami is. And Inter Miami is something, and then and it's not just something for the sake of something. It's something because he worked on it, he planned it. All right. So that also, you know, puts tells you why today he's enjoying himself. Okay. And then now I've said to you, Lionel Messi was seen having visited Barcelona, where he used to live. Remember, he has bought a team there. Now he has time to do that. All right, because he's aware now. I'm in my twilight years. I will be retiring very soon. So, he's enjoying himself. So that's the lesson that people should learn. And guess what? I'm told that ever since it was announced that he bought that team, Cornelia, they sold many shirts. The number 10 jersey, 24 hours. Remember last week I showed you in terms of following. They didn't even quadruple it. The number was, I don't know, more than 10 folds, following of that team. That team was followed. Now, it is because he has worked hard in putting this concept together. And then now he's now enjoying that dream. In other words, this is what you were saying, Pete. I'm just adding on what you said, that it's good to work hard at the early stages, all right? And then after that, later, you then enjoy. I don't know. Like you're talking about the nurse who apply themselves at their work. It's for everybody, even if in business, if you don't apply yourself, things will never work to the optimum or to your advantage at the end of it all. All right, I'll show you what was happening as far as Lionel Messi is concerned in terms of his new world now. Remember, he's got a new world. That is why he went there with Rodrigo de Paul. Remember, this is the second outing for them. Not that I'm aware of. At some point, they were together with Rodrigo de Paul, having gone to Rodrigo de Paul is recording of the song. The lady was recording her song. So, yeah. So those are some of the good news. I just want to share something for you quickly that you can see. In terms of Lionel Messi's new world, what's happening is like this things. Okay. Oh Jesus. Oh man. All right. I hope you see, but I don't think you see it. I don't think you see it. I'm sharing.
Not yet.
I'm sharing something. This is Messi in Spain. Look, always the youngsters surrounding him. And he has a plan. And investing in youngsters is a winner. Pete, if you remember quite well, yourself and myself, when Coca-Cola, although we are giving now a mileage now, Coca-Cola used to do that. They used to go to schools and give us a cold drink to drink Coca-Cola as little ones. We are happy. If you remember Colgate, they used to do that, invest in the youngsters, because at the end of the day, they are going to be your future customers. So what's your take about that?
Yeah, kids of the future, the youth.
Yeah.
The youth. It's very important to look after our youth. just as much as it's important to look after the elderly people in our society. The ones in the middle, they can scramble for their own life, but the youngsters and the oldies, you've got to look after them in our society. That's for sure.
It's life, eh? It's life.
Maybe,
It's like that.
yeah, maybe it's because I'm part of the other group there, the older ones.
You're
Yeah.
going towards that end.
Yeah. Look after me, guys. Look after me.
You're going to that end. But you know what is true? If you take care of the youth, is the future. If you take care of the elders, those are the blessings. You can see here, Messi's relaxing, he's enjoying. This is the stadium. You know, it's full, and he's not even playing football. This is the team, guys. Cornelia, and then the number 10 jersey is a phenomenon. And I like what Doc Kumalo is doing with number 15, because number 15 now is becoming its own phenomenon. Pete, thank you so much. Much appreciated. May the best team win today, be either Pirates or Kaizer Chiefs. And then, and then I also wanted to share something about this. Mamelodi Sundowns, they've done well. Remember Mamelodi Sundowns, they have been regarded as the best team in Africa. So it's not like a child's play. It's a serious story, that one. And then we need to congratulate Mamelodi Sundowns for the job well done. You see,
yes,
they've done extremely well. So we cannot downplay that, you know. They are going to the finals. I think that's one thing before we leave, Pete.
Right.
We need to mention that one, because that final is big. It's not only for Mamelodi Sundowns. That final is for us as South Africans, you know.
Yeah.
And 100%. Then, but I hear that there are some disturbing news that this guy Leon, who's the new player for Mamelodi Sundowns, is wanted. He's really wanted. So that may destabilize Mamelodi Sundowns. Remember, they lost Ribeiro, and then so we don't want to see that happening again to Mamelodi Sundowns this time. Remember, the final will be on the 15th of May, the CAF Champions League final. So
don't miss it.
Yeah. Now, here is this Brian Leon. Apparently, he's in. Everybody wants him now, and I hope Mamelodi Sundowns fight to keep this guy, because you cannot allow our stars to go. Yes, of course, they will make money for themselves, but it is good to keep them, you know. And then they are playing on the 15th of May, and the first leg will be here at Loftus, and then the second leg they'll be playing away. So what's your take? Which one would you prefer, start at home or finish at home? Pete? Hello,
I
Pete?
think they'll win it. I think they'll win it.
I think network is
a good sign, like you said. They are a good sign. And they've worked hard to get to this final. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Although
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Although it's breaking, I don't know why. It's breaking, I don't know why. But you can speak, Pete. Hello, Pete. Yeah, no, I've lost you. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I could not share the books today, and then that's unfortunate. I should have shared the book. Good luck. We are looking forward to this game this afternoon. And then, yeah, if Pirates win, they stand a good chance of winning the league. And then if Kaizer Chiefs win, then they'll also have to win against Mamelodi Sundowns just to rally their supporters. You know, why I'm losing the light now? To rally their supporters so that their supporters can rally behind them because of those wins, because beating the two teams will be a milestone. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Continue to subscribe and like. Pete, I see that you are back, and then but I've lost your picture. Yeah, there you are. It's network, eh? We have that problem now, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. The volume has gone down a little bit. On my side, the pictures were going a little bit dark. So all of a sudden they're back. Yes, Pete, let's bid them farewell. Yeah, no, Peter's freezed again. So I don't know what's happening. Pete, yes, bid them farewell. Yeah, it's network. It's network. Network. All right, Pete, I see that we are struggling with network. Let's just say next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. We are back. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR, which simply means the Big R Solutions. Here I'm representing the company called the Big R Financial Service Provider, Financial Services, which is an authorized and registered service provider. Our license number is FSP 47430. I'm talking to all government employees, age 55 and above, who are already thinking of exiting the system. They either want to go on pension or they want to resign. Two things that comes to mind. How do I save? How do I save on penalties? How do I ensure that the tax is not so huge? What can I do to make sure that I achieve those goals? Now, if you want to know how to achieve those goals, come to us, drop us a WhatsApp, we'll call you. The WhatsApp number is very simple. It's 067 915 1447. 067 915 1447. Drop us a WhatsApp. Don't call, but drop us a WhatsApp. And then we are working together with Allan Gray on this product, on this project. So Allan Gray is our product supplier. So we assist people using that product supply. So it's up to you to give us a shout or drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.
Kgotsong, dumelang. Ke le tsebisa ka buka ya ka e buang ka tsela yeo ke tsamaileng bophelong ba ka. Le tla utlwa ka mathata ao ke bileng le ona le katleho yeo ke e fihletseng. Hape le hore radio e nkahile jwang hore ke fetole bophelo ba ka. Takatso ya ka ke hore o fumane buka ena ya ka e tla fetola bophelo ba hao. Ya buang ke Dr. Chomani. Take it easy.